All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 2. We got some new characters last week.
We got a lot of new characters, and we've shifted the perspective to these new characters that are going to be candidates to replace Reiner.
Reiner,
almost did it again.
Yeah, but we're focusing on Marley and that whole thing and all of the stuff that happens outside of Paradise.
In the middle of a time skip, too. Right. Something that basically leads to, one, a great opportunity for a new studio to come in and just give us some sweet new character designs.
Indeed.
Because Reiner, boy, you load up. You look fantastic.
Yep.
But he does not look like he is thrilled about life at this time.
I mean, he only has, a few years left at most?
A few years?
Yeah,
What time will these candidates end up getting chosen?
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
It's like, all right, Reiner, we're going to put you to sleep now. You just, everything will be
You did
good.
Over. Your retirement package will be passed on to your family.
Yeah, it's literally like he was a dog of the military, and they're going to basically put the needle in him, and it's like, all right, bye. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah. So then we got also just this whole setup that there's a war going on with a coalition, a federation of nations that specifically smelt blood in the water with Marley because of the fact that they lost a lot of their titans. And now they're going to war, and their weapons are ones that are actually capable of keeping pace with the Titans in some ways.
Right.
And yet that's something that's terrifying. The advancing march of human civilization and technology being something that could eventually, theoretically, outpace the Titans by like a lot. Just seriously.
But also we got Zeke doing some crazy things.
Yes, we finally got confirmation as to how he awakened the Titans within the Eldians back inside what was the second wall? Sheena
Rose.
And Rose. Thank you. Yes,
he gave big shout and
Auga.
Yeah, and suddenly people are Titans and they're fallen, and it's crazy. Yeah. But then there were also war crimes because we have Gabby, the spunky, the spunky little devil that is gonna make sure that she inherits the armored Titan so that she can kill everyone on Paradise.
Yeah, but lawful good or neutral good boy is doing his best to kind of keep things under wraps and chill and also be respectful of life in many ways, but no, that's not really something that he's getting from his environment, so it's hard for him to maintain that. Also, his friends in this squad all seem to be their own kind of branch of broken.
Yep.
So that's its own thing.
To say nothing of dreams of flying through the sky with swords and attacking Titans and everything. And what?
Paths.
What?
So we did a lot of discussion on this episode, the first episode in the previous week. But we also did a podcast on our Twitch specifically going into the nitty-gritty of the episode.
Exactly.
And also, so check that out, where those are going to be a thing week to week on Mondays, right?
Mondays, yeah. Basically to just, because, one sit down with an episode just isn't quite enough. Not for Attack on Titan's final season.
Definitely not. No. And with that, those are going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so go check those out. Details in the description. But also, Jacob was so kind as to go into the comments to pick up some specific ones that you guys had from last week.
There were quite a few. Yeah. And there were some pretty good ones. We got them up here.
Okay, cool. So the first one here, we're gonna just be reading them off here and kind of going over them a little bit for the reaction. MAPPA 2023. Man, I remember when Eren pointed across the ocean and said something about just needing to kill all the people over there. My primary thought was, Eren's got armor powers now, and Armin's the colossal. If anyone over there doesn't know what's really going on, then we're really about to see an exact duplicate of the initial attack on Shiganshina, but through the opposite perspective. And then they open the 4th season and introduce you to a few kids, some of which seem to show character traits similar to Eren and Armin, which we mentioned, And I realized, oh no, it's from their perspective again. It's just that the roles have been reversed. Yep. I'm telling you, man, this has been something that I've been freaking out about, the idea that once Armin got the Colossal Titans power.
It's like, what do you even use something like that for?
Yeah, that the only thing it's going to be used for is basically the tip of the spear when they attack.
That's a siege weapon. That's not like you don't even fight other Titans with that.
No, you if anything might just set it up as a warning. Armin, just stand there and be intimidating.
Yep.
No, you don't need to JoJo pose. Just literally just stand there and T pose. Okay, yes. And then we'll just surrender. We would hope.
Right.
Okay, Aaron Yeager. I saw that Caleb wanted to say something when Commander Magath agreed to let Gabby do her plan. I wonder what Caleb's thoughts about Commander Magath from his scene in the first episode were. Thank you, Mappa. Thanks for watching all the discussion. So my thoughts on that were communicated in depth in the podcast discussion that we did last Monday. But the main thing that I noticed was that there was this little element of, it felt like he was starting to maybe care a little bit about Gabby, but he was also maybe a little bit perplexed in some ways. I almost wonder if Commander Magath being their primary handler, the fact that he's just a human being might lead him to having, at the very least, some element of, emotional connection with them.
Well, at the same time,
still having his, evil, racism.
How dare you give me an order? Yeah.
Right, exactly. But I went into more detail on that in the stream. Funky Support. A question. After the first episode of the final season, what are your expectations on the dynamic between Gabby and Falco? Who will potentially get the Armored Titan, and do you think they would react differently to encountering the Paradise Gang? Thank you, Mappa. Oh, so Jacob, Gabby and Falco, they're the main characters, really, of the new ones, you know?
Yeah.
Even in more so ways than Colt, even though Colt seems to be the one that's kind of the more important one in that he's going to be getting the Beast Titan. He doesn't have any competition, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas they're still, competing. Scrapping for who's going to get to eat Reiner.
So the question is that Colt doesn't have any competition because he was already selected. Now he's going through the process, and these ones, they're still competing, so they have more time in their process. So I could see it being a while before they actually end up getting the Armored Titan. But I think that it is definitely going to be Falco. I think that Falco getting a Paths kind of moment like that feels kind of almost like a hint of, in the future, he will be a Titan.
Sure. Okay.
Even if he doesn't end up being even if he doesn't get the Armored Titan specifically, I could very much see it as being a setup for something like that. And Gabby seems like the one who is the one that you're set up to believe that they're going to get this because they're the Eren equivalent. But I could also see it being a thing of, even if they do get the Armored Titan, that it's something that they don't get to have for very long.
Ooh, gotcha.
That's more my guess. So I think if anything, if Gabby gets it, it won't be for very long. But if Falco gets it, that'll be the permanent thing there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Do you think they would react differently to encountering the Paradise Gang? Differently to what, though?
Well, if they meet them, right, how will they respond? Because, you have Gabby on the one hand, who's the I will kill all the bad Eldians, right? That way there's only us good Eldians left.
Right.
And then you have Falco, who's the I will, save and take care of an enemy soldier because I don't want to see him die.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Reacting differently to the fact that they would be enemies of theirs, but the way they each respectively treated their enemies in this encounter, I would say that if anything, it would be more extreme versions of each of their respective responses.
Okay.
So Gabby would be a little bit more wild, and Falco would be even more kind of trying to restrain himself and try to treat them in a humane way, especially if it came down to a battle lines, kind of, not just a boom, everything goes
like,
to shit
just,
kind of
just
thing.
Everyone
but like
fight.
a drawn out conflict.
Sure,
you know?
where you have more of a chance to like get to know the other
like,
side.
Yeah, because would they actually ever speak to them for any reason, like ever? Like
probably not.
I mean, it just depends, right? It depends on what kind of conflict ends up coming about, and if it's kind of what we've been thinking, that it's gonna be basically, you know, on that day, Marley received a grim reminder that they gave too many Titans to the people at Paradise, and now they're fucked. Yeah, so right. Yeah, that's my thoughts. But okay, guys, be sure to leave a comment with this in mind, that there will be a few comments selected into the discussion of the next episode.
Right,
and we will have a secret little code word to get your comments pushed more to the top and have potential to be on this list. So, Jacob.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. Wow. World news?
Yeah.
Damn. It was a test, basically.
Yep.
They have to accelerate things. Oh. Whoa. Dude, MAPPA.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh. Ah, but air and sea. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. And that bird just flying over like that.
Yep.
Okay, so Zeke is in this meeting. Cool.
That would be terrifying.
Really? And why would it work now? The Founding Titan is the ultimate weapon. Whoa, 1 year? 1 year? Oh, the full power. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Dude, I can see the boy hidden underneath the wrinkles, the beard, the glasses, the wear and tear, just the... Oh my God. Guys, we are in this.
Yep. I love Zeke so much. Yeah.
Like, there's a couple things they could be setting up here. I loved the, do we not have a Titan with wings?
It's like hold on, we've had nightmares about that, but
yeah, this is like attaching wings to a spider. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. But Zeke wanting to make seemingly a bit of a risky play in his eve, like his final hour. Because I really have to question his motivations there.
Oh, really?
Because one of the things that's really, really wonderful about Zeke is that if he was actually still a double agent, and that's the thing, that he gave up his parents because he was so in on it, and that was the ultimate twist. This is how they would set it up.
Oh,
and he's
damn.
Yeah, I need to go do this thing because I'm worried about whether Colt can, inherit the full power.
That's a take on
does that have
it.
something to do with your lineage there, Zeke? Something? Something that you haven't told them maybe yet? Midnight Train. Wow. Oh. Yep, I knew it. I knew what he hasn't told him. Like they of course told him, right? Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
ケツの吹き方が独特なんだ。誰にも言わないでくれ。ダメだ。すべて。隊長殿。血毛の数まで申告してもらう。エルディア人にプライバシーは必要か。軍の船が32隻も沈められたのなら、それは巨人一体の仕業とは考えない。
Armin stands at the edge, just chucking stuff at them.
調査船に立ちふさがったのではないでしょうか。島を攻めるには戦艦の支援
Better yet, he just chucks Aaron.
そして何より敵の脅威は巨人だけじゃない。
So there's this guy Levi. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's fucking terrifying.
Oh, that was a cool transition. Whoa.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, that's cool. It's almost like paths, you know, like. Okay. So this is the Jaw Titan, right?
Yeah, Jaw.
Oh, this is the older brother of. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, whoa. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, no way. Okay.
巨人が戦争で役に立たなくなったら、俺たち戦士隊はエルディア人はどうなるんだろうな。
That's an awkward.
レンさんなら大丈夫だ。分かってる。俺は。世界の皆さん、ユミルの民は殺しましょう。
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Reiner.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh. Even though they're being brought up to eat him.
Oh, and this soft little track here.
Dad Reiner.
Oh, this is heartbreaking. Yeah, you can tell he was subtly avoiding Reiner. Oh my god. Oh!
Yep.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh shit. This is...
Yep.
This is painful. Okay, Midnight Train. Yeah. They don't even get seats.
Yep.
They're just in a cart, basically.
Yeah, in the cargo area. Yeah.
あなたを慕う少女がこのまま鎧を継承すれば、ガビの寿命は27歳。艦砲射撃の的にならなければですが。
Seriously.
あなたはそれでいいんですか？
今お前なんて言った？
Whoa. Whoa.
お前はコルトや親族と共に巨人
Oh my god.
待ってください。発言を訂正させてください。
Holy
The way he puts
shit.
his hand on the door too.
Oh my god. It's like a pledge. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Oh.
巨人を継承する命をなんと心得る。
鎧の巨人を継承するのは俺です。
そうだ。お前がガビを救い出すんだ。この真っ暗な俺たちの未来から。
No pressure or anything.
Oh, okay. The armbands. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nothing new there.
Yeah. I love how I love post time skip Reiner. He's
Okay, she is pretty damn charismatic though.
Yeah.
Wow. Vice Chief.
もし副長が俺と同じ考えでエルディア人を戦争から解放したいんだとしたら信じていいのか。
Oh. Do we have a true patriot versus, you know, kind of false patriot thing going on here?
2人ともあんま無理しちゃダメだよ。
Oh. So Piek is like definitely the cart titan, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, the whole bipedal thing. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
父さん
Gotcha. And there's a red band for those that have
right.
an official like warrior and stuff. Oh. Oh god.
Yep.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. And oh, who does he have? Who does he have?
疲れたでしょ。
Oh.
ゆっくりなさい。
母さんそうさせてもらうよ。
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
大丈夫ですか。
Oh my
落ち着いてく
god.
ださい。
And now in a different context, it's suddenly like, wow, we're
Yeah.
praising you.
作戦大成功。でも敵は逃げ去る私に機関銃を撃ってきた。鉛玉を食らう寸前のところでガリアードさんがアギトの巨人
Wow.
を守ってくれたの。すごいわ。
Yeah, like that part where
She
she starts to
omitted.
realize, like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
入隊式の最中
The music's muted, the rain's muting.
教官が咎めると悪びれる様子もなく答えた。そんな悪党だがさすがにまずいと思ったのが
Oh, he's.
もう半分譲ると言った。
Oh, buddy.
yeah.
Oh my god.
満たないものだった。自分のことしか考えてねえ不真面目なやつに。
That's just regular people, and you're revealing
し
the.
か頭にねえやつに何があってもついていくやつらだったり、それにいろんなやつらがいて、そこに俺たちもいた。そこにいた日々はまさに地獄だった。
Shit.
当時話しすぎた。
いろんな奴らって何？悪い奴らでしょ。
そうだよガビ。島にいるのは
Oh my god.
いつまた強大な巨人で世界を踏み潰し進撃してくるかわからない。私たちを見捨てた奴らに。
That look. Jesus.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh my god.
嘘ついてる。
嘘？
Yeah.
私にはわからないけど、カリナおばさんにはわかるみたいだ
Oh,
ったよ。
what's going on here? Oh, geez, the one that. Wow.
Yeah.
マーレ軍の人はこの部屋にはいない。お茶ぐらいたまにはいいだろう。これは民族滅亡の危機だ。唯一の解決策は早急に始祖の巨人と
That's something I want to say, but I'm waiting until we have a gap here.
まずは改めて、あの島の脅威を強く世界に知らしめなければならない。それをタイバー家が引き受けてくれるそうだ。
Okay.
潜水の巨人を管理するタイバー家。
Oh, that was literally the thing I was gonna say. I was doing the count. I'm like,
Yeah, Colt's here, so.
the Warhammer Titan.
何より巨人対戦でフリーズを
The-
退けた。
oh my god. So, because I was doing the count and I was like, if
Right.
if Jaw Titan is Ymir's Titan, then there's another Titan missing out there that we haven't accounted for. And then they literally just mentioned it. Okay.
1年以内にパラディ島を制圧すると。
Oh my
ド
god.
マーレの運命はこの作戦にかかっている。もう失敗は許されない。祖国マーレの未来のために今一度皆の心を一つにしよう。
Oh, they're just
ードは多少不満があるようだが。
they're just spying on them for the purpose of
Right.
yeah, making sure they're
Yep.
in check.
Exactly.
一言がなければ。この部屋にはいないか。
Oh damn. That remind you of anything,
Yeah.
Reiner? Oh my god! This is crazy! Wow!
Yes.
Okay, so Warhammer Titan! What?
Yep.
What?
Yep. Yeah. So Warhammer Titan.
So, yeah.
Jaw Titan is Ymir.
Yeah, so Founding Titan, Attack Titan, Armor Titan, Beast Titan, Colossal Titan, Cart Titan, female Titan, Jaw Titan, yeah, and then there would be one more. Because I thought that the Jaw Titan and Ymir's Titan were different Titans.
Right, exactly.
But okay, that makes so much sense now. So then the Armored, not the Armored Titan, the Warhammer Titan is basically the final one. So then, if they all have something about them that's reinforced or made stronger, so the Warhammer Titan basically just is like, me smash! Like, I have big fists, or it actually just wields weapons. Like it's something that's just like,
here's a big machine gun.
Bazooka.
Right.
Bah.
It just picks up like one of the artillery cannons from a battleship and just
get down of here. Like, God. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh, they're setting up some crazy stuff here.
This adaptation is it's so good. It's so good.
And Reiner,
I know. Doesn't it just break your heart? Doesn't it just rip your heart out?
God, that scene around the table. Oh my God. Y'all, I am here for this.
Wasn't this amazing?
This was actually
oh my God.
Just perfect, perfect at getting into the fact that these are human beings experiencing a very brutal human lifestyle, if you will, if you can even call it
that
human.
Right, but they find those places of joy and live. Happiness wherever they can in the midst of this. But you know, there's a lot of just sort of ignoring all of the other things. You know, the fact that when they go home, they're being locked up in an actual cage. Like the fact that, you know, apparently, if you even say something that is slightly could be construed as being negative about the Nine Titans and the Warrior program and everything, then it's your whole family will be turned into Titans. You know, like
now I know why. I think it was what was it, like China banned Attack on Titan or something like that.
There were. Yeah, they're basically, yeah. It's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Commentary?
Oh my God. This whole totalitarian state that they basically found themselves in, where they are completely subjugated as a slave race, essentially, here. And being utilized as human weapons for the aims of Marley, which we showed in the first scene of the episode to be basically all right, we're discussing our place in the world here, and that's where the Marleyans are at. And then they bring in Zeke, basically, just because apparently he's the Wonder Boy, which I love the fact that he's called Wonder Boy, because for one, it's something that, like, he's, you know, like, he's
not that old.
Like, well, right, but he's not that old, yes, but he's also, like, the chief of all the Titans, and he's apparently the greatest Beast Titan in ages. I wonder why that is.
So it's not like you have royal blood or anything, and then
so I have to assume on some level, Zeke is working with the underground. Because
I thought you were going to say he just doesn't know.
Okay, there's two things as to why I would say that it's possible that he doesn't know. The main reason why I would say that it's possible that he doesn't know is that someone out there is covering for him, in that the fact that he, like, at the very least, like, got out of this scot-free because no one found out that Dinah Fritz was
well, and
that could be it. It's just like
the owl basically was like, nope, let's never have anyone know that someone is royal blood.
But the other thing is just that he's really good at covering for himself because he knows, and therefore, since they probably already like made sure he was okay just in every way possible by like assuming maybe Dinah Fritz, you know, wasn't, you know, someone with royal blood or something like that.
Right, because why would she be? Yeah, that would be like, super rare.
No, you're good. So we don't have to worry about you and stuff like that. But the fact that he displays these things that make cult just a guy be like, you remind me of the founding Titan. what? You can't just say that.
Right, yeah.
You say that out loud. Like,
and yet it's like, hold on. The fact that the fact that we've seen him do things like his roar that awakens these Titans and stuff. Is that something like we don't necessarily know yet if that's just something that the Beast Titan is supposed to be able to do, or if that's just part of Zeke being an amazing Beast Titan. Like who knows, right? But
now that's some next level stuff. Because remember, the one time that we saw Titans being controlled
in
on
some
this
way
level was literally Aaron contacting
with Zeke's
Dinah
mom.
Fritz, a royal blood Titan.
Yeah.
And then paths happened.
Right.
Connection made.
I'm actually not sure if Zeke would know that he might know that he's royal blood because
it's just the question of whether or not his parents would have told him.
Right. And I'm totally spacing on this. That might have been the whole point of the mission, is that they were saying like, hey, because you have royal blood now the burden is on you kind of a thing.
I can go back and check the episode, but that was one of the episodes that I watched about like 9 times, and I'm pretty sure they didn't say it in the episode specifically, but it is something that I think is like there's 2 ways you can logically go about this. One, they don't tell their kid because then that's just information that he has to protect.
Sure.
And
and then maybe he never found out, and that's the tragedy of it or something, right?
Well, I mean, the tragedy is
there are many tragedies.
He's alone because he sold out his parents.
Yep.
Regardless of whether or not it was a deep, uber play of something where like
Keikaku Dori.
I don't think that was because his parents were like shocked about the whole thing there.
Right.
And the way in which he seems to be portraying it there is that if anything, he might have come around to it. Like, I would love to have it be a thing where we end up getting some focus on Zeke and we see that because that happened when he was a kid, that kind of traumatized him just a little, you know? And then over the course of growing up, he realizes,
maybe I shouldn't have done that kind of thing?
Like just having to wrestle with his actions, but also with just the fact of that they put this belief in me. And even if they were insane, even if they were crazy, that's still something that's going to leave a mark on you.
And is they the Marleyan military, or is it his parents?
Seriously,
both work.
Caught between 2 worlds in the same way that it seems like Reiner is.
Oh my God!
Holy
Reiner.
shit! Can we talk about the beauty of that table scene?
There were so many scenes with every scene with Reiner basically post time skip is on my list of favorite scenes with Reiner. Because I loved him back on Paradise when it's the. Am I a soldier or a warrior?
As we got to know him more and more. Conflict. He just kept going up the character
But now
list.
it's like our boy, our son is hurting. He's broken, right? And even at the dinner table with his own mother,
saw the kids.
Yeah. And then when his mom is like, Reiner, you're home, and it's like, oh boy, no, but he's not home.
No, he's not.
He's not home, and you can tell, Gabby can tell, he can tell.
Yeah.
Even though he tries to pretend, right?
Because he was basically, what he was describing was with all the people and stuff. And this is genius. This is genius because they didn't tell us this. They just kind of the one thing that they said was the way she said. I think it was either Gabby or the mom. We'll go back and check, but it said all kinds of people.
Oh,
and you know what that is? That's the themes of freedom. That's the themes of that. All these people
that they had choice and they
had the ability to choose basically to be stupid bakas.
Right. That they were individuals.
They were individuals.
And also, he said people, not devils.
Yes, exactly.
Because if you call them devils, then it's a lot easier to handle the fact that they're talking.
Them.
Well, yeah, to demonize because you literally are doing it.
It's in the
it's in the word, right? But then also talking about genocide on them suddenly sounds a lot easier. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll just kill all of them because they're all devils, right?
Oh, God. But the fact that he went into that and didn't even realize he was doing it for so long.
Yeah. Until
just shows
it's almost like 2 minutes later. Yeah.
Right. Shows how much we've basically taken the idea of Reiner being the warrior and pretending to be a soldier.
Yep.
Now he's flipped. And he's the soldier trying to pretend to be a warrior. and it's just slipping out at times.
Man, like
God,
and the way they had
hurts.
The way they had the window shutters burst open at the end there,
like it was threat of someone listening.
The threat of someone listening, and then after, then the mom goes to immediately close it, right? And you can see where her emotional state is regarding this whole thing, right? But then we also cut to the Eldian soldier that jumps off. Off the roof. But the way they cut to it makes it seem like, for a second, wait, was someone on the roof listening in? Oh no, it's they just killed themselves. All right.
Yeah, I also love that the way he's describing it here, you can tell it's something where when he brings all this up and then he goes then to my days there were true hell, there's this thing of where no, that doesn't look like it at all.
But I'm trying to keep brainwashing myself into it, and that's why everyone else gets scared, because they see it. Yep. They see that he doesn't even believe it, right? That in his eyes,
which means it's dangerous for all of them to even be here.
Right, to even be here, to have these thoughts be propagated. Yeah, because those thoughts could cycle around in their mind, and even if no one else hears about it, it might change their whole perspective, and then they can't sleep at night because they're sending off their children to live at max 13 years where they go and slaughter their own people that are actually not necessarily devils.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, God. Yeah. We really are caged, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. And then just in the immediate sense, this is a mother worrying about her son potentially dying because he ends up getting caught out as someone who's got some subversive thoughts regarding the Marleyans, and then she never sees him again. Because, also, I mean, think about that. Just the fact that she had her son sent off for 5 years. Now he's back, and he's been around for 4 years
off and on for 4 years, yeah.
Yeah. I would assume that he has spent an astronomical portion of time with her compared to the last 5 years.
Right. It's easy to have it be more than zero.
Exactly.
Right? Even if he's constantly going off for war and stuff.
Right. And I don't see this terror here as something to where she's ashamed of Reiner, or she's like, in some ways like, no, Reiner. Like, I'm trying to drill this into you. It's more of the, please, son, please.
Oh, man.
No. I don't want them to take you away from me. Right. I still have a good chunk of time with you, right?
Let me at least enjoy the fantasy that my son actually came back.
Yeah, exactly.
And one that it was all worth it.
Oh my God, yeah. And that's why she takes the charge here and is like, I'm gonna lead this whole thing here and really make sure that you guys all understand that at the very least I'm covering for my son here.
Yep.
But even if you don't see it as that, you're not going to doubt our family, or at least this side of the family as a whole.
Stomp out, something that could potentially be a problem. Yeah.
God. And this whole scene was just tense as hell.
Yep. And as far as the whole thing of what the the familial relations are between Gabby and Reiner, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not 100% sure. So this might just be like family friends kind of a thing, or
so it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
She's describing the story. Gabby's describing the story.
She leaves out the bit about Falco.
Yeah, she leaves out the bit about Falco. And then there's the bit where her dad here, who they showed was her dad based on the way that she returned to the area here, asks him, do you think she'll get
the armored
Titan? And he's like, oh yeah, that's definite.
Almost a foregone conclusion.
And then Reiner's mom, I believe, this is Reiner's mom.
Oh right, to think our family would have 2 warriors, I'm so proud.
Right, so it's basically saying there is some family connection here, but then the dad of her basically refers to Reiner as nephew. Yeah, she says, don't
gotcha.
Dad. Let me see here. And then he's like, yeah, I understand. There's some stuff that he wouldn't want to talk about.
Even if it wasn't classified, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Before that, it's somewhere right.
Okay.
Right here. Yeah. But yeah, we can go on to the next bit here. We kind of jumped out of order though.
Yes.
Let's go back to the bit with the kids and Reiner hanging out with them, though.
Right, and before we get to that, I just want to mention the whole bit with Galliard and Reiner, because
Marcel.
Marcel. And just the transition into it from the Zeke being like, there's some terrifying things there other than the Titans, Levi and then Mikasa, and then Reiner wakes up, but then if I'd been the armored Titan, my brother would still be alive right now.
God,
you know?
yeah.
Like I got the memories from you, Mir. I know how you acted, you know, during that time. You know, it's ridiculous, right?
Yep.
And then from there we go to the kids.
Yeah, that bit where basically the thing that ended up defining a lot of why Reiner decided to become the soldier, the good soldier that protected everyone, was because essentially of what Marcel did for him.
Yep.
Like think about it. Like the fact that he basically
was traumatized even before they got to the walls.
I nearly got eaten, but this boy here saved my life.
Right.
And then Reiner ends up doing the same thing with Connie.
Yep. Just over and over again.
Yeah. He ends up basically just being just that for all of them. And it's wonderful. So then, of course, when he snaps,
right,
and everything goes wrong.
Oh man, like as if Reiner didn't have enough guilt. Like,
God.
As if he didn't have enough guilt. Being the only, you know, like Annie's in the crystal, but essentially the only survivor, you know, from like their group that went there, right? And
yeah, the whole thing about soldiers that go to war is there's a phrase that's a bit cliche, but it is something that for those that have been in like, you know, actual war, is that the people that died sometimes get referred to as the lucky ones if it's a really bad war, because
then it ends.
If you survive it, do you actually like come home?
That fucking part with the
do you actually mentally survive it? Yeah, the part with the people that were battle traumatized,
and then the Marleyan guys like boom, you know.
Yeah, and then the fact that he transitioned from that to Gabby being like, and then boom!
Yeah.
Like, whoa! Like,
oh, wow, it's...
Whoa. Oh, yes, you killed all those people. It's amazing.
Way to go.
Although, I do have to say, they did a really good job with the kids at this part where they're by the water.
Oh, yeah.
And they're basically kind of
looking out at the sea.
Yeah, exactly. They have this kind of autonomy to where they can look out at the sea and stuff, and it's kind of nice. It's probably because, you know, they just finished their mission and everything,
right.
So they're still
got some downtime, and they have their armbands on, so, you know.
Right, exactly. But, if things keep going this way with regards to, you know, humanity's developments and...
what's going to happen to us?
What happens to us? Not just us four, but, like...
our families and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the big reason why they probably see all this as being worth it is because then they can set up their families, right? If we're one of the warriors, right? Then it's not just us that benefit, but it's our families. They get those red armbands, you know? And
when they were talking about the enemy soldiers that didn't die and they were end up getting like sent to either
return to their countries
or something, as like traded for some kind of deal,
right, because the war ended.
They mentioned that they survived the pure Titan attack. Are they talking about the dropped like Titans and stuff? But pure Titan attack, meaning that they are, you know, basically like because of the fact that they can't transform back.
Right, they're just
Titans.
Yeah, I think that's what's supposed to mean.
Yeah, that feels a little bit weird though. It's just the first time we've ever heard
because you would think pure Titan would be like a better version of it or whatever.
Or just something with regards again to bloodlines. It just feels a bit too like.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What's the difference between what's an impure Titan?
Probably the warriors. Yeah.
But why?
Because
why is a warrior an impure Titan?
I think it would be because they're not fully Titan in that sense. They're humans with Titan powers and stuff.
I will investigate that.
Okay.
That one's going into the noggin for later. Yeah. Just in case. But we get to I would say we get to see a really cool different side to Udo here, in that his anger and frustration is in some ways kind of emulating a little bit of the frustrations of someone like Eren.
Sure.
Where he looks at the status of everything here.
He's like, it's just getting worse.
I want to just check this stupid, you know.
Right. No wonder.
Boring here because I'm
pissed.
Frustrated. Yeah.
Like, no wonder he was mad at Falco when he saved the enemy. He's like, what are you doing?
That person's more people that are going to propagate hatred against us. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's just crazy. But then Reiner going around giving everyone head pats.
Yeah.
It's classic anime stuff just made so sad and so just brutal. And that he's like, I am going to build legitimate relationships with these kids, not just because they're good warriors and stuff like that, or they're good warriors in training, little wits, you know?
Yeah.
No.
I care about these
kids. But because I
kids.
care about them and because I've been there.
Yep.
I was them. In fact, I just saw them as me just a second ago, and I loved it. I love that Falco doesn't change in the slightest. It's just the same look. Like when he looks at them and they basically switch looks there for a second.
Oh yeah?
Like look at the way it happens basically.
Well, he turns into Galliard.
Never mind. It is different.
But okay. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention: the whole fact that
wait a minute.
What?
You're right. He does turn into Galliard. There.
Yeah.
Why does he turn into Galliard? I thought that was supposed to be Reiner.
No. Reiner is the one that in the when it flashes back. He's still looking forward because the thing is that so Galliard is one that almost got the Armored Titan but didn't.
Ah, gotcha.
So
right,
you know he was still
That's
friends
why
with them.
Frustrated, like if I had gotten that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were all like warriors in training together around the same time.
Damn, and then Galliard has to split off with his brother. And basically say goodbye as they go on a mission as 12-year-olds. Or at least Reiner and Bertolt were 12. I'm not sure. I think Annie was confirmed to be 12.
I think so.
I don't remember them giving many details about the ages at that time.
But the whole idea that Reiner also was like, "Hey, Falco, you wanna save Gabby? Become the Armored Titan. Don't let it fall to her."
Wow.
And Piek just, sees all of this.
Yeah, Piek just seems like the one who's like, I had fight in me.
Oh, yeah, the way she's just walking around with the crutch everywhere. Like
No, her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Her eyes, man. Her eyes basically just communicate the one who's like,
I'm dead.
Yeah. This is my life.
Right. The crutch is a physical manifestation of what you can already see just from looking at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
she forgot how to walk a long time ago.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just painful. Because you see Reiner still struggling. Like the fact that he's doing all this makes it seem like he's still trying to put up all this like I'm
not dead yet.
I'm still here. I'm still kicking.
Right.
Don't give up on me yet. Because I think he's talking to himself, like just as much as he's kind of saying this to like others. Because one, it's going to help him survive a little bit longer.
Right.
But yeah. Also, I loved the whole thing of when they're in this stuff with the train, and it's just them having basically a good time. But then you realize, they're in a cargo truck, like a cargo train.
Yeah, they are literally in the same kind of area that you would put cattle.
Yeah. Whereas everyone else gets seats and stuff and goes on the inside there.
Yeah.
And when, they have the tense bit there with Falco and Reiner, there is also this bit there where Colt kind of makes a whole thing of where, guys, don't you realize? Like, and it's almost like he's about to cry here, is that he's basically like, Gabby
saved your asses.
Saved all your lives and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's the, wait, is Colt like 3 words away from saying something that's
saving you from your superiors that were going to send you to your deaths? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe he can hold his drink a little bit better than everyone thought. The fact that he didn't go that far, but
oh boy.
Yep.
I also really wonder a couple things with regards to Colt. The fact that Zeke mentioned the thing that he doesn't know if he'll be able to inherit the full power of like the Beast Titan and stuff.
Yeah.
What if he was also meaning he's like, I'm not done working on this kid yet. I'm not done, like.
Yeah, because we do see a lot of points where Zeke is like with Colt, and just sort of talking to him, right?
Which you'd expect.
You'd expect, right? It's like, yeah, you're my replacement. You're also going to eat me, but like, this is the situation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also this situation where you see, even from their perspective, if these guys were the heroes, you know, you'd be like, oh, everything's already snafu. Like this is already just super bad. If Zeke was the mentor of the main character, who's kind of like Reiner,
you'd be like, hold up, Kirei Kotomine, like
yeah. You'd be like, oh, whoa, this is bad. This is bad for them, just as a group. Like, oh, okay.
But maybe not.
Maybe not. Also, Falco being like, can I trust him?
Yeah.
He's thinking the same as me. He wants Eldians to be free from the war. So is Falco then like, oh my God, wait, no, Falco's morals and stuff could tie in potentially with the fact that he's not actually like trying to do all this goody stuff to become like more, more like respected by the Marleyans so that he'll end up getting the Armored Titan. It's no, I've been taught better than that. Like,
okay, interesting.
And also since him and Colt are brothers, which apparently like was a thing that we missed in the unofficial subs from the previous episode.
Because apparently they left that out. Like, that was
really something that got passed along like a lot by people.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, subs used were fine, except for the fact that they dropped a couple things, and you didn't catch those bits there because of that. So, yeah, if that's the case, then, and he's brothers to Colt,
who's the kind of the one that's shown the most heart other than him. Like the two of them have basically been.
They're going to both potentially have the opportunity to inherit really strong Titans. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe they end up basically being anti-Marley by that time.
Like officially anti-Marley, not like we don't like Marley.
Like imagine that the show eventually has to pick up the pace with regards to the like upcoming like final battle, Like
sure.
we have to have that kind of moment where things become
within a year, paradise will be conquered.
Yeah, but it feels so far away. In terms of the pace of where we're at thus far.
Yeah, a year can take a lot of anime episodes.
Exactly. If this is the final, season of Attack on Titan, we need to at some point get to the point where we either attack Paradise, or infiltrate or whatever, or Paradise just makes the first move. Whichever that ends up being, we need to move things, enough to where the drama of Zeke or really Reiner getting swapped out is a thing.
Sure.
Like,
okay.
Because if it's just hanging over their heads in the future forever, a lot of this perspective focus loses a bit of its dramatic tension. So I expect soon-ish that we'll be getting some kind of a time skip. But I think the only way they would do that really is if they shifted focus back to Paradise. And then it showed basically like then with what's going on with them now.
Sure, that way you can sort of build up to the capitulation conflict on both sides, and then it's like, all right.
And then when they do prep stuff on either side, you do a little bit of a time skip and switch focus.
Sure, yeah.
That. I'm just trying to figure out how they can get to like a big, crazy, just kind of finale type conflict with all this stuff being set up for like
other
year
characters
from now.
Well,
and it's like
we haven't even seen our main characters yet. How do we? Yeah,
I'm loving the quiet moments and stuff like that, and the fact that this is such a heavy bit of Attack on Titan. But I'm also trying to plot out in my mind like
where's it gonna go?
Where's it gonna go and stuff? Yeah. But oh my god. Any other like big things that you feel like we should go into?
Apparently, there's a Warhammer Titan.
Yes, there's a Warhammer Titan. Okay, so jokes aside, the fact that there's a Warhammer Titan, which I'm not gonna lie, that's the dumbest name for a Titan.
No,
got thus far.
It's the 40K Titan.
Yes. But it seems like it's the I have a big stick and I'll hold it, but
it's like, how is that any different than just a regular Titan smashing things?
Which means that if it's not that, which it has to not be that, is that what would be the equivalent if the Armored Titan was actually a Warhammer Titan? the armor is not all over here. The armor is like, and it's that anime thing, you know, where you have basically.
I'm a bit lost.
No. Remember, in like a lot of anime, they'll have the person where like my arm is infused with the devil's power,
like
power.
the all for one kind of like, you know, quadruple enhancement.
Right. And it's this whole thing is just a big smashing like crazy thing, and either he can transform it in some way, or it's something where it's just like, no, this is the equivalent of like the horror movie Titan, where it just looks like an abomination and it's dragging this big like thing.
Oh yeah.
or you hear the grating sound and it just comes up and it just takes the hits and it just goes.
Yeah, almost like some crazy like big flail or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like a flail, some kind of big thing that's fused into it.
Right.
Because if it's just I use weapons, it's like, no, we saw what using weapons is. That was the cart Titan having a mounted bunker with the machine guns inside it. That's the kind of like, yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't pick up a battleship. That'd be a bit too big. But maybe Armin could do that at some point.
Well, we know it has to be smaller than the Colossal Titan.
Right.
Like the Colossal Titan has to be the biggest one because it's called the Colossal Titan.
And even the Beast Titan is a 17 meter. So
yeah, the Beast Titan is ridiculously big.
Like for non-colossals.
Exactly. So I would assume it to be somewhere in between.
Like roughly around 15 meter class. Like
yeah, I would assume it to be somewhere in between Beast Titan and then maybe a little bit smaller potentially.
Sure, like female Titan kind of
Reiner,
thing,
the female Titan. Yeah. But like that kind of median range in general. Yeah. But that was actually another interesting point that was brought up. The idea of the Warhammer Titan being connected to this family, the Tibers. I am interested to see how they do the whole politics thing that is reminiscent of Season 3, Part 1. But there was a line dropped that the Armored Titan and the Beast Titan are Marley's strongest, like, combat Titans. Like, their strongest Titans that they have. So the Warhammer Titan is not in the top tier in that regard.
Well, it potentially...
But... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I think you were going to bring up...
I was going to bring up this.
Yeah, same thing. That apparently the Warhammer Titan has never set foot on enemy soil.
Right, so it might not be a thing of where it's whether it's the strongest or not, it's whether it's their Titan or not.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
They have to negotiate, like...
I was going to say...
We need to sortie out the Warhammer Titan. It's like, no.
Sure.
And then it's like, okay, we need the Warhammer Titan to do patrols in this area. Is it on our Yes, it is. Okay.
Well, right. So
we consent to this if you pay us another mansion or something like that.
Right. One of the things that I could potentially see it being is that it's something where the Warhammer Titan doesn't necessarily need to be compared against the Colossal or Beast Titan or Armored or Beast Titan because that's not one that we use for attack. Like maybe it's something where like, you know, that's the one that's generally relegated to just defending Marley.
It's too slow or something.
Well,
like
or it's just
mobile.
Or Marley just has a policy of like, okay, we're gonna have a Titan that specializes in like defending our own territory, so that way we never have them all gone at any one time.
It's not actually a hammer. It's actually just a gigantic shield used as a hammer, and it's just like, no. This is the Titan that goes kaboom and
deployable cover.
Yeah, this is the actual Reinhard, Titan. Reinhard from Overwatch, and then actually just big shield.
Right.
And then you put another Titan behind it with like a massive gun that they made specifically for Titans to use.
Wouldn't that be awesome if at some point they basically were just like, let's just take a battleship battery and just have a Titan
use it. Yeah, I would very much like to see something like that eventually.
With like soldiers like down below, like rolling up ammunition.
Right. I just feel like it would only really need to be used if it was a thing of where Paradise attacked. And they were like, we need to use the equivalent of anti-Titan weapons.
But for like the Colossal Titan.
Titan or Eren, like that kind of stuff, just in general. Because otherwise it's overkill to use it in, battles against human beings like that and stuff. So,
right.
Yeah. God, okay. I think the only other thing is Zeke's little line of not here right now, or not in this room.
Oh yeah. Well,
which
And
Reiner then referred to that, and he was like, "Oh, not in this room, huh?" Like he was kind of like,
he did. Okay, gotcha.
I noticed that
because
yeah. At the end of the episode here, there's the bit where Magath basically goes, or no, that was Reiner thinking about that, but it was. So Gallard seems to have some complaints, but he always gets the job done. So they're like, yeah, that's all they're saying. I'm not concerned, But then I believe that's Magath there basically says, except that one line of Zeke's.
Okay, right. And Reinhard thought
Reiner. Yeah, I know. I'm doing the same thing.
Reiner thought that he didn't say it of not in this room, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, like, I noticed that.
We're being tapped. All right.
Right.
And then I think at that point he actually moves away from the listening device.
Yeah. Which is like. If that's their listening device, that's amazing because it shows what areas of technology.
Yeah, this is World War I kind of tech,
Yes, yeah. But it's like this is really obvious what it's here for. Do we play music on this? No, for some reason it doesn't work.
Well, or it can, like maybe it can, but it's the
right. But also,
if there was to be something that was a listening device in here, I wonder what it is.
Right, but it's also the thing in those very specific movies where it's like. They turn on that specifically the record player essentially for the no, people are listening in the James Bond films or something like that. But the fact that he then kind of goes off and looks at
and then he sees them training sparring, and it's almost the exact kind of training that he did with the 104th
Yeah. Am I going back? Oh my god.
Reiner,
oh my god,
it's gonna be okay.
Oh my god,
it's not gonna be okay, but it's gonna be okay.
Like, what they're doing here with the characters is just good storytelling.
I love it.
It is Attack on Titan basically saying, yes, before we end up having crazy mad hype, Titan v Titan battles or Titan and human versus Titan and human or whatever battles and stuff. We have to remind you that these are people, human beings on this side of the conflict.
Yeah.
And they have lives and dreams and family and cares and hopes and sorrows and pain and all the things that, our characters have. And, just remember that when you start cheering for their slaughter, when, Aaron and Armin show up or
Lieutenant Gross or Major Gross or whatever.
When they end up defending Paradise or what have you. So...
Either way, it's going to be bad.
It's going to be crazy.
You thought that this would be a happy win? Whichever side wins, this is not a win.
God.
Yeah.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. The code for this week is...
my boy Reiner. Yeah, we love you, Reiner.
We love you, Reiner.
Yeah.
We love you, Reiner, because... Oh, he needs some love right now. He needs a hug.
Yep.
He needs a Sasha Potato bad, shitpost.
The fact that he goes back to that and it was terrible.
God,
our boy's not doing good.
Yeah. If you want to see a full-length timer version of this reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. Any level support gets you access to our Discord where you can chat with us in the community there about Attack on Titan. There's stuff for anime onlys, and there's stuff for the manga folks in there.
Yep.
And be sure to also check out our Twitch channel.
Yes, so we stream Monday through Friday. The details for that is in the description down below. But yeah, for the gaming stuff, Caleb, you started...
I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Right, and then Thursdays I'm doing Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.